Hello, welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV patch 7.4. This time we're looking at some new framers kits and items added to the Gold Saucer in patch 7.4. So you might be wondering, with the new gate event Air Force 1, which is pretty cool, if not slightly easy in my opinion, which is the first time Air Force 1 has ever been outside of a Gold Saucer, definitely worth checking that out. There are, of course, some new rewards. There are no Triple Triad cards available on the vendor until at least I think you have completed the MSQ. So if you're not seeing any like I am not currently, then you will need to do the MSQ progress to actually unlock anything on there, if there is anything. There is obviously no weapons and no gear added to this, but there is some new music added. We're not going to go through this for the obvious reason of copyright strikes and things like that, but there is a Fell Air Falleth Orchestra and Roll for 30,000 MGP. We've got a Persistence Orchestra and Roll for 30,000, and we've got the Wrath of Icons Orchestra and Roll as well for 30,000. But the real interesting thing is registratable miscellany, if I could speak this morning. We have ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 brand new framers kits. So these are designed to be simple framers kits with simple styles. They will cost you 50,000 MGP each. They consist of a portrait element, so background, frame, accent, and they also have plate elements of base, plate, top border, plate, frame. So we're going to go and have a quick look at all of those. Alright, firstly then, let's look at the portraits. So of course they have very similar styles to them with different colors. So simple pink here is the preset with a simple pink background, a simple pink frame as you can see, and obviously it's got this sort of opaque texture to it, so you can't put your character past that window, and it's got simple gradients, which is of course the accents here, the little icons on the top and bottom. So that's simple pink. We've got simple violet, which has slightly different shapes as an accent, but of course it is a violet color. So we've got triangles. Then we've got squares for simple pale blue and a much more rectangular shape. We've got simple peach, which is quite a nice pastel pink, with of course, or a Calibri pinks, that kind of thing, with some little flowers as accents. Very simple things, which is probably, you know, the clue is in the name. We've got simple lime, this lime green with pentagons, I think actually. Simple pale teal, which is quite nice, quite a washed out greeny blue. Then we've also the stars are quite nice, I might use those. And of course we've got the pale yellow with little circles that kind of look like targets. We've got simple yellow with diamonds as an accent. And we've got, that's it, basically. So let's see what the actual plate frame, it actually looks like, the plates. Okay then, so this is what the plate design looks like. We've gone for the pink portrait set, but this is what you get with that then. So the base plate is this bright pink, very, very bright. And of course, you don't get a pattern overlay or backing with this, but you get a top border, which is of course none other than this section here, this sort of pink gradient. As you can see, it sort of goes light and then back dark again. We have ourselves a plate frame, which is wavy, which is pretty nice, actually. And that's pretty much it. We don't get any accents. So those three things. So that's the pink one. Again, the beauty of this is adding more customization options, not necessarily just the plate as a full set. And I don't want to go and change the shape portrait. Just we're going to use the pink one as an example. So that's what the violet one looks like with the triangles again. That color. We've got the little squares and simple pale blue. We've got ourselves a simple peach, which has this kind of like almost, I don't know, kind of like a letterhead or something, isn't it? With little snowflakes or flowers, I guess they're supposed to be at the bottom. The lime is crazy. That color is so bright, it hurts my eyes. We've got those sort of triangles on the side. And then we've got pale teal, which has little sparkles on the corner. I quite like the frame, actually. I'll probably use that. And there's simple pale yellow with these little blobs, almost like bubbles, right? I think that's what they're going for. And there's simple yellow as well, which has some overlaid frames and another much darker yellow. And that's it. So what do I think about them? Well, they're very simple. So they're not the most flashy things in the universe. Will I use any of the elements? Possibly. Some of the shapes. Maybe the frames. It could be nice to see what we could create with a mixture of the frames themselves. The colors don't necessarily interest me. I'm not a block color kind of person, but that is certainly something that will interest someone. Anyway, that is all we can tell that's in the Gold Saucer today on 7.4's launch. There might be some triple triad cards that are unlocked, as I say, as part of the trial completion, the MSQ completion, which of course at the time of recording I have not done. So we'll do that later. But aside from that, that is pretty much it. We've checked the vendors. So if you want to get any of those, that's where you get them. Much love, more videos on the way, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.